Like I was saying, that's just how Cain is. When he tries to get out of something, or that's how Esau is today. When he gets in trouble and he knows he did something wrong, terribly wrong, what does he do? He'll try to whine his way out, try to squabble his way out. That's what he does. He ain't nothing but an abomination. Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and thou shalt be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And that's what he is. Esau, and he's the only nation, he's the only people in the world that is differently colored than every other nation in the world. Not including Israel, but he don't have the same characteristics. He's the only nation in the world who has light pink skin. The only one people that has light skin. But in that day, he's despised. Nobody wants to be a white man. Whenever you got, like back in high school, there would be people trying to act like they were black, or there would be a Mexican who's, I guess, been whitewashed over their life, who wants to fit in so badly with the Mexicans that they try to act Mexican. Turns out they end up acting so Mexican that they're like, man, you acting white. Whenever someone hears that, if a Mexican or a Negro or any of the nations from the tribes of Israel, like, man, you're like a white boy, they get offended. That's what a fugitive is. They're despised. They don't want to be like a fugitive. They don't want to be like Esau. Nobody likes to be like a white man. But chapter 4, verse 14. But behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me, because he was going to be a discolored man, and he was going to be nasty. He was just going to look disgusting, and they weren't going to want to put up with him. They would just slay him right there. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him, because there was a mark put onto Cain, because after what he did and after he was put out of the earth, he was going to be, if anybody would have found him, they were going to put him to death for what he had did. But because, but he said that if anybody tried to take revenge on them, that their punishment was going to be sevenfold. And don't you notice today, if you kill a white man today, what happens? You don't just serve 6 years or something, or 20 years. You serve your life. Yet if you hear a white man killing a black man, it's justice. So that's where that little curse fills in. And that's why he set a mark. Right there, you got to notice he set a mark upon Cain to let us know that if we were to find him, to not touch him. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad punishment put on us, a severe punishment, sevenfold. Now, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 25 to reveal what that mark was, to prove to you that Cain is that what so-called white man today. That spirit of that devil, that serpent, is all through Cain to Esau. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red. Okay, verse 22. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And this is the only time that they spoke of twins in the Bible. Also, if you read before in verse 23, they're talking about a fight, how there's going to be two different nations. There's going to be two totally different nations from the bowels. And one was going to be stronger than the other. But I'm going to continue. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And the word Esau only means wasted away. Because whenever Esau was born, he was like, he was just like, you're wasted. He was wasted. He's worthless. He's nothing. Because he wasn't the same color as everybody else. But it says, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. So today, when a white man gets mad, or they get cold in the winter, or they're getting real hot, or they just ran a marathon, what color do they turn? Red. It's because their body lacks that melanin, that pigment, to they just lack that pigment to be dark colored skin, to be dark colored. And when you notice, it says that he came out all over like a hairy garment. What other people do you notice? What people do you notice are hairy? When they come out, or when they shave, when you see an 18-year-old white boy, he's already got a full beard. Not even that, age 12, he's already got a full beard. Not even that, when he's born. That's how hairy he is, like a hairy garment. Who do you notice is red when they get mad, sad, happy, whatever you want to be, and they're also hairy along with it. They have the hairiest knuckles, the hairiest feet, legs, arms, backs, chests. They're the only ones that pretty much grow a shitload of hair on their chest. And if they shave this part right here in the face, they already gained it all back in an hour. The so-called white man. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And y'all gotta understand that too, right there. That's another deeper understanding about the hold. That's all symbolic and representation to the kingdoms that would be established with Esau's kingdom, and how they were fighting for the birthright. And Jacob took hold on the heel of Esau. And if you go to Second Esdras, it talks about how the end of the world is Esau, but the beginning thereof that followeth is Jacob. And because of that, as Esau came out first, he was the end of the world, and when Jacob came after him, holding onto the heel, it was the beginning of a new kingdom. That's what it's talking about. So, I mean, that's a deeper understanding. That's a whole deeper lesson. And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. And these are the characteristics of Esau and Jacob. And you'll notice when I read them, there's a big similarity between those two in Abel and Cain. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. And so that's saying right there, Esau, he always loved to be out hunting. He was a good hunter. And then a man of the field. So he was always on the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Now, how do you not notice that? Those characteristics of Esau. He's a good hunter, and he's always on the field. What do the so-called white men do today? They go out mudding. They're always in the field, always planting fruit, always hunting. They do it for fun now. Always trying to come up with new inventions, trying to come up with camouflage to make their game better for sport. That's all they do. They're always on the run. They love to be up in high places. And even at that, one of the prophecies given is that one of the descriptions is the man that dwells in the cleft of the rock. That's Esau. Comes from the Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus Mountains. Similarity. It's simple. But it said that Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So this dude Jacob, he was busy dwelling in his house. What do Latinos and Negroes always do? They love to chill in their house. Even in the summer, even in the winter, it's all year around. If you ever ask a white man to come chill with you, they're like, nah, man, we should go out to the mall or something. But if you ask a Negro or Latino to go chill with the white man, they're like, nah, man, I just want to chill in my house. They'd rather be at home drinking, doing something, just chilling at their house. We like Negroes and Latinos and nations of Israel. We like to dwell at our own places. We don't like to be out and about like the so-called white man. But and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So this is getting into more about what Esau did with his birthright, how he is. It says Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So he was, and even at that, he's a feministic man. He is, because he upholds the homosexuality and all that stuff like that. He's nothing but a faggot. But point is, I'm going to continue. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom, because Edom just means red. And right there, Edom was lying right there, but he was being a weak brother, or weak man. Because if you notice, it said in the beginning of the prophecy, it said that the other people, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. Esau didn't even have faith then. He didn't keep his faith believing that he was going to make it for another hour without food. He was just trying to fill his own belly right there.